What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Riz again with another video tutorial. This time we're going to be covering how to export your instrumental out of Reason into another program so you can get a good mix on it. Alright. You can mix in Reason, but I like doing it this route. I like taking it to Fruity Loops or another program like Cubase or things like that. Sonar, Pro Tools, whatever you guys choose. Alright, so I'm going to use Fruity Loops on this one. So first, what you do is you go through your instrumental. Let me open this window so it'll be a little bigger. So you know you have your instrumental, you made your beat. I'll just play a little small part for you real quick. Alright, that's the idea of what we're working with. But starting off, what you want to do is you want to solo each individual instrument. So if you have the drums, this is the Kong right here, the drum player. So you have, let me turn it up a little bit for you guys. Alright, you have all these individual sounds that you may have playing. So what you want to do, what's very important, is you want to make sure that each one of these sounds is not panned to the left, not panned to the right. Just make sure it's very, very dry. Everything is dry. So make sure everything is right in the middle. So, alright, so we'll start off, like I said, you solo this first. So after you solo that instrument, if it's a drum, like the Kong, it has so many different drums. So you want to solo each individual drum when you're going to export it. So say I start with the kick. So I'll go right here and I'll click solo. Alright, so now you see how the kick is lit up. So that's the only one that'll play. If I press play, that kick is the only one that'll play if I have it on here, which I don't think I had a kick on here, but pretty much on your playlist, if you have the kick going or you have a snare going, whatever's solo will be the only thing that plays. Alright. So I'm gonna go to File, then I'm gonna go to Export Song as audio file, or you can do export loop as audio file, as long as your loop is set at the end of the song and the beginning of the song. So I'll save that. Let me get a folder for it. I'll save it. I'll name it. The name of this beat is Got It, so I'll name it Got It. Alright, and I'll open that folder, and then I'll save that. That's the kick, so I'll save it as kick. Boom. Okay. I'll make my settings as good quality as I could pretty much handle on my computer. So this one I'll go 4800 hertz for the sample rate, and I'll go 24-bit depth. Alright, and pretty much that's just to give you better sound quality for your export. That's pretty much the general terms of what that means. So once you do that, it'll export. You'll see the bar go, and it just exported that. So if you go look in that folder now, you'll see the kick is saved. So the kick is in there, alright? So then next, you unsolo the kick, and then you go to your snare. Say you got the snare. So you'll solo that, and then you'll do the exact same thing. File, export song as audio file, or export the loop. Then you name it snare. Bam, there we go. And same settings, 4800, 24-bit depth. Okay. Then that'll export. You let that go ahead and export. So it's pretty much the same process throughout. So you unsolo this one, and remember, you don't need to export each sound that's on here. Only export the sounds that you used on the drum pattern. So if you didn't use this crash, don't export the crash because there won't be no sound playing. But just make sure you export what you use. So you use that kick, export that kick. You use this snare, export that snare. You use that time, you get what I'm saying? So you get the idea. All right. So then, once you do all the drums, you go to your next instrument, whatever it may be. It's a horn, so you do the same thing with that. It's already soloed. So that's all that plays on that one. So you just export, save it, horn, and then it'll export, same settings. So you can pretty much close down your Reason program once you exported each sound. Close it down, you know, it actually want to save. You don't really need to save it because you already had it the way you wanted it to be.